Hello and welcome to Yoga with Yvonne. Today we'll be doing a nice little hip opening yoga flow, and it's suited for all levels. So get into something comfy and we'll get started. So today we are going to get started in a resting child's pose. So there's a couple of different options. You could do a wide-legged one, so knees wide, feet together, and then slowly coming down onto your forehead, maybe a block underneath your head. You could also do the version where the legs are together. And if your hips are really tight, sometimes it can feel quite good to roll up a towel and place in between your hips and your legs. So let's get comfortable here. Just find a little bit of grounding, allowing the tailbone to be heavy, so enjoying a nice rounding of your lower back. Forehead on the mat or a prop. And you might do a couple of rolls side to side, massaging out any tension. Eyes could close here. And just come into your body. Notice your breath. See if you can enjoy a nice expanding sensation, almost like you're gathering all the energy from the earth with your inhales. And using the exhales to soften. We'll share a big inhale. You can open up the mouth and sigh it out. Feel free to take a few more of these cleansing breaths, especially if you find your nervous system is on fire today. Feel free also to plant an intention for your practice. Or maybe there's a goal or something that you're working on, manifesting a bit more in your life. You can just quietly repeat it to yourself, planting those little seeds. Two more breaths. And start to claw down through the pads of your fingers here a little bit. Gentle activation of your lower belly. And then as we inhale, we're going to round up slightly to the right. And then all the way until the shoulders kind of come above the wrists. And then you're going to find a little bit of a compression of the back here as you round back to the left now. So creating a bit of a circle of motions here. Round over to the right. Then as you come to center, you can find a little bit of a lifting of the sit bones and then draw back through your left side. Let's do one more this direction and make it your own. Don't have to look exactly like mine. And then we'll pause and we'll change. So we'll round now to the left. And then a little compression of the back body as we draw ourselves back through the right side. Explore here, just a couple more. Beautiful. Meeting in child's pose. Let's find an inhale. And exhale through the nose. Inhale, slowly lifting yourself up into your tabletop position. So you can stack our hips on top of the knees, shoulders on top of the wrists here. And roll the eyes of the elbows forward. Find a little activation of your lower belly so your spine is long, tailbone to crown of your head. And when you're ready, we're going to send the right leg behind us. Right toe mound is going to plant down at the back of the mat. And then gently press your hands into the mat, almost like you're trying to press it forward. and then draw your right heel back. You're going to enjoy a nice little stretch to the backside of the right leg. I like to do some swaying. You might do that and then find a really juicy spot and pause there for a moment. Always having that curiosity to sensation and seeing if you can sit in them fully. And then keeping the contact of your right foot and toe, with the mat. We're going to slide it over to the left. It might land on the outside of the mat. Replant your toe mound and then gently press into your right toe mound to send your right hip over to the right. It's quite common that your hips collapse to the left. So find that little press of your right hip to the right and then look over your left shoulder. So it's going to add a nice lateral stretch here and breathe into it. Soften the jaws as you exhale. One more. Great work. Well, inhale, right leg back to center. This time it will come up in the air, head to center. So balancing now with our hands and the left knee on the mat. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Finding an inhale now, we're going to look up, lift your right foot a little bit higher, finding a beautiful compression in the back body. Exhale, we're going to curl knee to nose. Inhale, kick up, look up, almost like you're trying to see your right foot over your head. Inhale, kick up. One more. Beautiful. And then let's bring our spine back to neutral. So pull your lower belly in. That's going to bring your right leg down a bit. And from here, we'll draw the right knee out to the side. So now opening up into an external rotation and then circling it out. So right knee forward, down and back. And carving these circles small or big. Couple one direction and then a couple circle the other direction. Kind of lubricating into that right hip joint. And then next time you're by your right elbow tricep, pause there. And then see if you can lift the knee a bit higher and plant your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Inch your left knee back a little bit. You can always double wrap your mat here for extra support. So right foot is to the outside of the right hand. You might come up onto blocks or books, anything you might have handy or fingertips. And with the inhale, you're going to sink the hips and draw your heart forward. Exhale, we're going to pull back out of the depth as we round, so tucking the chin in. Inhale, sink your hips forward, look forward, lift the heart. Exhale, round. So continue here. A few more breaths on your own. So you're doing these cow and cat undulations of the spine, but now adding the hips into the equation. Let's find one more. And we'll meet here with the hips nice and deep. Go ahead, if you'd like to explore even deeper, you might come down onto forearms. You can also explore returning your right toes out a little bit, even rolling to the outer edge of your right foot. Keep those right toes nice and flexed. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths. Try to maintain the broadness of your collarbone. So avoid rounding here. Roll, scoop those shoulder blades behind you. And you can stay here. It's a perfect station to stay at. Or you can join me in a bit of a twist. So turn your left fingertips out to the left a bit more. Then right hand comes to your inner right thigh. And then press your right hand into your thigh to roll your right shoulder on top of the left. You can look up here. And keep sinking those hips forward. I know some people love the quad stretch and the bind here. So if you want to do that, just remember to roll onto the soft, squishy part of the knee, so across the patella, then bend the left knee, and then reach back for your left foot with the right hand. And a gentle kick into the right hand is going to add even more spice into the stretch. Just make sure that you're not compensating by not breathing or clenching your jaws. Find that balance between effort and ease. Now without slingshotting that left foot now, release it. Both hands come down to the inside of your right foot again. We're going to go ahead and heel toe our right foot in between the hands. We'll inhale, heart forward. And with the exhale, we're going to draw the hips back for a half split. So you can walk your fingertips back. Again, maybe blocks or books here. So you're on your right heel, flexing your right toes. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, we're going to see if we can hinge over your right leg. Might be a little micro movements here, but you feel a nice stretch to the backside there. And keep pulling your right hip crease back. And same with the pinky toe side of the right foot. Those little micro adjustments that we do can add so much more to our experience. So explore wherever you are. Beautiful. We're going to come back onto the right foot, rebending into the right knee. Then both hands onto your right thigh. And you can interlace your fingers here. And as you roll your shoulders back, feel the lift of your heart. We're going to do a bit of a breath flow. So inhaling now, we're going to pull out of the depth. And exhale, press your hands into your right thigh as you sink your hips, lift the heart. Inhale, pull back a bit. Exhale, press. So little pulses, finding nice little sensations into our hip. One more if you like to take it. And then the inhale, we'll sweep the arms to the sky, or they could stay on your thigh. Exhale, relax your shoulder blades back. One more big inhale, you might look up. Exhale, hands come all the way down. So you're going to now take the right leg back. You might do some cowling tacks here. Maybe you tuck your toes and press up for a bit of a down dog. Whatever it is your body needs. Pedaling out your heels in your down dog here, perhaps shaking and nodding your head. One more breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. We'll drop the knees now. Setting ourselves up for that little back of the leg stretch on the left side. Slowly starting to send the left leg behind us, planting the toes in the toe mound here. Then gently activating your hands, roll the eyes of the elbows forward, and then like you're pressing the mat slightly forward. As you draw your left heel back, you can find that stretch, and it might be some swaying back and forth to get even deeper, finding an even better place. One more breath. Beautiful. And keeping the connection of your left toes on the mat, just slide your left foot over to the right. It might land outside of the mat. Replant your toe mound if it left the floor. And then use that to send the left hip to the left as you look over your right shoulder. Nice little stretch now into the left side body. Breathing into it. Inhaling, we'll come back to center. This time left leg lifts up in the air. I'm going to go ahead and bend our left knee. Next inhale, we'll compress. So kick the left foot even higher as you look up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick and look. Exhale, round. Inhale, kick. Last time. And we'll meet with the left leg lifted, but start to bring your gaze down. Activate your lower belly, so lowering that left leg slightly here to find a nice stable spine. And from there, we'll draw the left knee out to the side, forward, down, back. Just circling it out here. You can move slow or faster. Find your pace. Maybe combine it with your breath. And we'll do a couple the other way. Next time you're by your left elbow tricep, pause if you can lift the knee a bit higher, and And then plant the foot to the outside of the hand. And adjust your right knee back a bit. And remember here, you can double wrap the mat for extra comfort. Even place a little towel or blanket underneath it. Then hands, you can come in blocks, maybe fingertips. And as you inhale now, sink your hips, draw your heart forward, feel the broadening of your collarbones. And we're going to round slightly and pull out of the depth as we exhale. Inhale, explore the depth again. Exhale, round. Continue at your own pace here. A couple more. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. We'll meet with the hips nice and deep. Heart is nice and open. And we have the option to explore perhaps forearms on the mat or a bolster perhaps. You might roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Remember to flex the toes so that you're protecting that hinge joint in your knee. And wherever you are, find the breath. Let it anchor your attention. Focusing on the right here, right now. You might stay here, or if you want to join me in a bit of a twist, you can turn your right fingertips slightly over to the right, and then left hand onto your left thigh. And then use that hand to leverage opening up, so pressing the hand into your leg to roll your left shoulder on top of the right. You can look up. Remember that little humble of your chin, like you're holding a little tangerine. Feel the gravity working on those hips still. And it's beautiful stretch into your psoas and hip flexors. And those who love to bind, you could do it here. You did bind, gently releasing the right foot. Both hands to the inside of the left foot. Go ahead and heel toe your left foot in between your hands. We'll inhale, heart forward, and exhale, we'll pull back. It's gonna feel really good now to extend the left leg. And then left heel is actively pressing into the mat. It's almost like you're trying to pull the mat back with your left heel. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, hinge. And take these next few breaths to explore great work. Coming back onto the left foot, we're going to reband into the knee. And I'm going to bring those hands onto our left thigh. So interlacing your fingers, you might do the opposite interlace. If you need to adjust that right knee, it's getting a little bit sore. Again, cushioning can help. So as we do the breath flow now, you want to change it up a little bit, almost like we're doing the opposite from what we did in the lizard. So inhaling, you're going to slightly move out of the depth. Exhale, pulse forward. And remember, as you pulse, you don't want to get the knee in front of the left ankle. So inhale, pull back. Exhale, pulse. One more. Great work. Often to release the arms to the sky with the inhale. Exhale. Relax your shoulders. One more big inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Go ahead and draw your left leg back into your tabletop. And from here, we are going to tuck the toes under and everyone lift your hips up. Take your dog for a little walk. Move ahead, releasing any tension in the neck. And then clawing down through those finger pads and press your finger mounds, especially that L shape of your thumb and index finger into the mat so that you're taking weight away from your wrists. And then see if you can roll the eyes of the elbows forward. For some of us, it can help to turn your fingertips slightly more out. One more big inhale through the nose. And let's sigh out through the mouth. Draw a line with your nose to the front of the mat and step, a couple of steps here to make your way all the way to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Enjoy a nice dangle. Belly resting on your thighs, head is heavy. You might clasp opposite elbow or hug your legs. And what I like to do here is lift all 10 toes off the mat. And just feel the four corners of your feet rooting into the mat. That's your foundation. Keeping that strong foundation, let's bring the hands to your shins, your thighs. We'll inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Feel the lift from the arches of your feet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll roll all the way up to standing. Mountain pose. Beautiful. So in your mountain, stand nice and proud. That upward moving energy at the front of the body. Lift your pubic bone, your sternum, and then downward moving energy at the back. So your shoulder blades draw down, your tailbone draws down. And next inhale, we'll lift the arms to the sky, full body stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step your left foot back. I'm going to try to keep the left knee lifted here. Fingertips on the mat or blocks. Inhale, heart forward. You can sink your hips a bit. And exhale, we're going to start to straighten the right knees, pulling back into a bit of a pyramid. You can fold to the shin. Inhale, back into your lunge. You can look in front of the mat. Exhale, pyramid. One more time, back and forth. And then we'll pause in our pyramid for a few breaths. You might step your left foot a bit closer, but try to stay high into the ball of the left foot. Just play around with that version here. Pull your right hip crease back so your hips is nice and square. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more breath. And the next inhale, rebend into your right knee. You might slide your left foot back a bit, engaging everything here, hugging your muscles to the bones, rise up, crescent lunge. Let the exhale land you there. Relax your shoulder blades down. Inhaling and exhaling. Pressing down through your left big toe mound here. You might have a soft bend in your left knee just so you can lift the fronts of your hips. Tailbone is drawing down. Hugging your lower ribs in. We'll find an inhale. Exhale, let's bring our right thumb into our right hip crease. Then anchor it down there. And gently press that right thumb into the hip crease as you start to draw your left fingertips forward. Now you can feel like you can draw your right hip crease back a little bit more. You could stay here. Our right hand can come to your lower back. Or right fingertips all the way to the back of the room. But keep pressing down through your left big toe mound, or always the option to drop your left knee. Inhaling through the nose, and out through the nose. Option to exalt with your next inhale, right hand to your lower back or your left hamstring as you reach your left arm to the sky. Staying here for the exhale. One more big inhale, breathe into the stretch. Exhale, we're going to twist the left elbow on your right thigh. Open the palm and then plant the right palm on top. Again, the option to drop the back knee here if needed. Find some activation here in your arms. Actively pressing them together, stacking your elbows is going to give you that leverage to twist. 2 more breaths. Slowly bring your hands to heart center. You can hover your belly off your right thigh, engaging your core slightly here. Inhaling, exhaling, hands to the mat. From here, we're going to go ahead and inhale into a 3-legged dog. So kicking the right leg to the sky, and then finding a fire hydrant with your exhale. So bending your right knee, peeling your right hip on top of the left. Stable here in your shoulders, or equal in your shoulders, I mean to say, is that we're pressing equally down through both hands. Sometimes our right shoulder tends to pop up here. So keep pressing down to that right hand as well. You might circle out your hips just a couple of times. Now we'll meet with the right knee nice and high. We'll inhale high into the ball of your left foot. Exhale, right knee to your right elbow, tricep. Pause there and then guide your right foot over to the left. Gently planting your shin. We're going to set up for half pigeon. You can draw your left leg back slightly so you can square your hips. And move slightly more forward on my mat here. So in pigeon, you can always add a block underneath your right sit bone, your right hip. You might do our modification, which is deer. So those 3 90-degree angles. So you might do it facing the front of the mat, or figure 4 on your back, crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. If you are in deer or half pigeon, you can let an inhale lift your chest. Exhale, let's drop the right shoulder forward. And inhale, lift back up. Exhale, drop the left. Whew. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let's come forward. Maybe that's forearms, maybe that's all the way down. And let's enjoy 5 full breaths. Soften your facial muscles. Soften your shoulders. Last breath, inhaling through the nose. You can cleanse everything out with an exhale out through the mouth. Inhaling, we'll peel our chest back up. Now we're going to sit down on the right sit bone now. So if you're on your back, just roll back up to seated. And then we're going to swing the left leg forward until it meets the right thigh. A bit of a half butterfly shape. I'm going to turn slightly this way so you can see my left leg there nice and straight. I'll flex the left toes. And you might maybe sit up on a block, especially if you feel like you're kind of falling back. And we're going to do a bit of a fold over the left leg. So kind of shift your torso facing to the left. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. And if you have a strap or a belt or anything, you could always wrap it around your left foot and use that for leverage, or maybe grab your calf or your thigh. We'll inhale, lengthen, so draw your heart forward. Exhale, hinge. So never forgetting about this lengthening. So you're finding the space with the inhale. Exhale, hinge. So moving into the space. One more time. Beautiful. Inhale, I'm going to come into Stargazer, one of my favorite poses. So bringing your right hand behind your right hip, you're going to come onto your right shin and the sole of your left foot. So you lift your hips, lift your heart. We'll just hold here for a breath. Then we'll inhale. Exhale, let your hips come down and come back into the forward fold. Maybe grab the outer edge of your left foot. And we'll flow. Inhale, Stargazer. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Great work. And slowly just lifting your torso. You're going to bend the left knee, wiggle your right heel close to your left hip, and then bring your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. You can use your left thumb into your hip crease here to anchor down through both sit bones. Option here to modify. Keep your right leg extended. We're going to twist, so left fingertips behind us. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more. Great work. Releasing, you might do a little counter twist to the other side. Then look forward. We're going to now swing the left leg all the way back behind us. So back into our half pigeon legs. We're going to plant the hands, tuck your left toes, lift the knee, then inhaling into our three-legged dog. Exhale, fire hydrant. You chill here, find some circles. So you might flip your dog, dropping your right foot behind the left leg, and then reaching your right arm up and over. Just for a breath or two. Then we'll look to the front of the mat, coming into our downward facing dog. We'll flush it out with a little vinyasa, so inhale forward, high plank. Exhale, let's lower all the way to the mat, knees can come down first. Untuck your toes, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, find an inhale here as you activate the quads. Exhale, press away from the mat, high plank. Inhaling. Exhale, down dog. A little bit of heat building there. Then we'll guide the gaze forward. Walk or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Inhale, sternum to thumbs. Exhale, relax the shoulder blades. One more. Inhale, let's look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step your right foot back. Let's inhale, sink the hips, straight heart forward. You could use blocks here underneath your hands or fingertips. Exhale, find that pyramid, so straightening out your left leg as you fold to the shin. Inhale, lunge, heart forward. Exhale, pyramid. Let's find one more back and forth. And then we'll pause in our pyramid. You might step a little bit closer. Square those hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And don't lock out your left knee. If you tend to overextend, just keep a soft little bend there to protect your joints. One more breath. Next inhale, a lot is going to happen. So rebending into the left knee. You can wiggle your right foot back a little bit. Then hug everything to your bones, especially your core and inner thighs. And then crescent lunge will rise up. Land there with the exhale. Soften your face. Find your breath. Land in your body. One more big inhale together here. And the exhale, bring your left thumb into your left hip crease. You can gently press it down, roll the shoulder back. And then as you inhale, see if you can start to reach your right fingertips forward and then use the left thumb to press the left hip crease back. So you can modify here, drop your right knee to the mat. Stay here with the left hand by your hip crease or maybe a little lower back, reaching it all the way back. Nice and steady breath. Option to exalt with an inhale. Pausing there for the exhale. Inhaling. Exhale, we're going to twist. Right elbow to left thigh. Open the palm. And then plant the left hand on top of the right. And then use this for leverage. As you press your palms together, maybe see if you can twist a bit more, sending the crown of the head forward. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhaling, three-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Exhale, fire hydrant. Bend the knee, peel the hip open. You can check in with your shoulders, make sure they're even. You could do a little bit of a movement here, rolling at your hip. We'll meet with the left knee nice and high. Inhale, high into the ball, your right foot. Exhale, left knee to your left shoulder tricep. Elbow tricep. And then we'll go ahead and guide your left foot over to the right. Lower your shin and then send your right leg behind you. Squaring up your hips here for your half pigeon. Tend to end up a little bit further back on my mat. If that's the case for you, just wiggle forward. You could also modify, do your deer or figure four on your back. We'll inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, dip your left shoulder forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly come forward. And it doesn't have to be much. Maybe it's just planting your hands in front of you. Maybe it's forearms. Maybe it's forehead on the mat or a block. But try to relax your head. Tuck your chin in gently. And find your breath. And see if you can deepen your inhales and exhales. And when you listen carefully, you can start to notice the pauses at the top and at the bottom. 3 more breaths. The last one, a cleansing one if you like. Big inhale. And side out. Inhale, we'll peel the chest back up. Roll onto your left sit bone. Sweep your right leg forward. Left foot finds the inside of your right thigh. Maybe you sit up on something. Then we'll inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold over your right leg this time. Maybe you grab the strap or a little belt could also work. Or I like to hold on to my calf. Just for a little bit of leverage here as we inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, broaden your chest. Exhale, hinge. Keep the flexion in your toes. One more time. Great work. Inhale, stargazer, left hand behind your left hip. Come onto your left shin, right foot. Almost like you're catapulting or slingshotting the front of the body forward. We'll pause here for the exhale. And we'll fill up with an inhale. And exhale, lower your hips. Come back into a bit of a forward fold over the right leg. Maybe grab the outer edge of the foot. Inhale, stargazer. Exhale, fold. One more time if you like the flow. And then we'll inhale, lift the chest. Stay seated on your bum. And we'll bend the right knee. Wiggle your left foot to the outside of the right hip. And then bring your right foot to the outside of the left thigh. And then make sure that both sit bones are grounded. You might have to sit up on something or extend your left leg straight. Right fingertips behind you. We'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen, breathe into the upper back. Exhale, twist. You might look over your right shoulder. One more breath. Slowly we'll release. A little counter twist to the other side can feel really good. Look to the front of the mat. I'm going to go ahead and come back into those pigeon legs, so swinging your right leg behind you. Square the hips, planting your palms. Then we'll tuck the right toes, lift your knee. With an inhale, press up, three-legged dog. And you can feel good to open up your fire hydrant. You can wiggle your leg around. Or flipping your dog can feel amazing after those hip openers. So dropping your left foot behind the right leg and then reaching your left arm up and over. Enjoying this for as long as you like. Looking to the front of the mat. Coming back into our down dog. We'll find an inhale. Exhale, side out. Inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, drop your knees. Scoot your hips over to one side, legs in front of you, and let's come all the way down onto our back. Meeting in our Shavasana position. Scoot your shoulder blades underneath you. Bring your hands a little bit further away from your body. Your feet come nice and wide, and soften your toes. Closing your eyes here if you feel safe to do so. Take a moment to come home to yourself. Allowing yourself to simmer in all the benefits of your practice here on your mat. Almost like we're letting the practice imprint itself on the nervous system. And perhaps we can take a little piece of it with us as we leave the mat. And it becomes easier and easier with practice. Let's bring the hands together at heart center. Then we'll bring them up to that space in between the eyebrows. From my heart to each and every one of yours. Namaste. Feel free to enjoy your Shavasana for a bit longer here. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe, and if you have comments, requests for classes or feedback, put those in the comment section below. Have a lovely rest of your day.